Okay, there's a concerning trend on parts of the left and people that are not understanding why those that knew Charlie and people on the right are upset about the general response to his murder. It's confusing to me how this isn't just universally accepted, but for those that, for whatever reason, don't get it, I want to be very clear. Charlie Kirk was murdered speaking on a college campus. It's absolutely unacceptable. Whether it was Charlie or someone who was hard left, for example, Max Blumenthal or Hassan Piker, I would be absolutely distraught at the idea that someone was murdered on a college campus while giving a speech. Someone even jumped in my comments and asked if I would be as outspoken if it was someone on the left. And the answer is, of course. Now, perhaps it's slightly different, the fact that I knew Charlie as a young man, but forget the human personal connection. You have someone who was murdered giving a speech on an American college campus. That is deeply disturbing. The fact that you would need perhaps counter sniper teams to protect a speaker on campus is absolutely preposterous. I remember when David Horowitz was speaking at Butler University, and it was a really big deal that somebody threw a pie at him. Ann Coulter used to get tons of security, but she wasn't shot at, and it was all a threat of paint or pepper spray or something along those lines. Now, that's not acceptable, but it's much better than the reality in which Charlie Kirk was just murdered on a college campus. The reason why so many people have an issue with the response to Charlie's murder is that it's not truly a debate on legacy. There are so many people on social media that are saying there's either no tears or they don't feel sorry or they're not sorry that he's gone. That's not a debate on legacy. Of course, a debate on legacy is completely acceptable. If you agree with Charlie on every issue, that would be a little bit strange. People are going to have a wide range of disagreements. I had tons of disagreements with Charlie, but that's not relevant right now. And it's not an appropriate response if it's combined with an indifference to the fact that he was murdered. So I saw Peter Beinart comment saying that people were unwilling to have a discussion about his legacy. I really don't think that it's the fact that some people are outright celebrating or are downplaying what happened and making jokes about it, and then kind of sneaking into a debate on legacy. It's very different if you have someone who dies at an old age. For example, the late Henry Kissinger. Of course, it's an appropriate thing to have a debate on his legacy when he passes away late in his 90s or early hundreds, right? I think that's appropriate. But in the case of Charlie Kirk, you have a 31-year-old husband, son, father of two young children murdered on a college campus. That's a very different category. It's a very different way in which someone should be memorialized. The fact that people are celebrating or indifferent to this murder based on the fact that they didn't like his politics is truly unspeakable. I would never even have that thought. As a conservative, I would never in a million years have that thought about someone who is a political opponent being gunned down, God forbid, on a college campus. As much as I disagree with J Street, as much as I disagree with Students for Justice in Palestine, I would have supported those people being murdered. That's absolutely crazy. That is the heart of why so many people are upset about some on the left, how they've responded, because the response has not been thoughtful and it's been completely gross. And it's not a debate on legacy. So if you want to have a debate on legacy, people can debate the right time to have that. It might even be now. I'm not opposed to it. But the concept that too many people were celebrating his murder really is bothering so many people.